hate puppies.
Oh, watch me.
Good podcast. I haven't watched 1 second of the Masters.
I feel threatened. I'll probably get to that.
Yeah.
Done. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, or as you were just witnessing, just inside talk that you guys weren't privy to. We were going through some stuff. We were working through some technical details,
That's right.
i.e., is this over yet? Was basically, I think, was kind of the gist of what we were doing just then. The only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. Masters weekend. This will be
Big
coming
weekend.
out. This will be coming out the final day of the Masters. Super exciting stuff. And I think we've got a beer for you, but you won't find out about it till the final group is already on the tee box.
Tiger gonna pull through.
Yeah,
I bet you
course.
referenced it last week, incidentally.
I did.
The beer?
I did. Yeah, it's all American, man.
Oh, that's right.
All I
Forgot
got
about that.
I got the single most American beer ever because I'm running it back. I'm trying to find that American beer that's not Budweiser.
Since we didn't give the last one
Dude, that was bad.
the sign off.
It was bad. I have since finished them
Yeah.
because they weren't that bad.
No.
What's worse, Preamble or Little Pills?
I actually had a preamble followed by a Little Pills last week. Things were getting real tough around here.
So how is it with the dulled palate?
I thought the Little Pills was better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you have it, it's like the 13th and 14th beer.
Less hot dog water.
Yeah, it just kind of.
Well, if I remember correctly, it probably had more flavor too, right, than the preamble. Wasn't the preamble really bland?
Pretty worthless beer. All in all, I mean, very American, and that's awesome.
USA.
That's there's value in that. There's no denying it. Yeah, I'm a little sluggish today, boys. I am.
Yeah, where were you? You just got back in town.
I was
Miami?
in. I say Miami because it sounds cool.
Fort Lauderdale.
I would say Fort Lauderdale because it sounds cool. I was in Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Ooh, the pictures look nice.
Yes, there's palm trees everywhere in Florida, even in the ghetto.
Do palm trees make y'all happy?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, when
Yeah.
I see palm trees, I'm in a good fucking mood. Like,
Yeah.
it just makes me, like, but then again, I don't live in a setting with them all the time. So I guess if I did live in that setting, it'd get a little, dull it a little bit. But, like,
Absolutely.
I always enjoy seeing fucking palm trees. Like,
Yeah.
if I could have palm trees in my yard, I would try to.
Well, I've never seen palm trees sober, so if I had them in my yard, it'd be bad news.
You're sober in your yard?
Oh, yeah, totally. I don't even drink beer when I mow the yard.
What?
Don't like it.
How does your mower work? I think that's just part of how you fire it up.
I don't like grass clippings dust getting in my beer.
What are you doing with your other hand?
That's a good
I
question.
hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You probably look real weird out there. You're like, you see that guy? It's like he could die of thirst.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, it's just strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Woo!
Is that north of Fort Lauderdale? South of Miami?
No, I don't think you get too far south of Miami. So definitely north.
Okay.
Yeah, north of Lauderdale. It's near Boca Raton, which is nice.
Yeah.
But Deerfield sits just adjacent to Boca Raton. It's where they put the pours.
But
Nice.
But they have the rich old people in Boca Raton, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And then the pours are over there. The people who take care of their lawn, over there.
yeah, but it was probably like less people, which is probably nice.
I think it's because of where I was. I mean, I'm sure Deerfield Beach has some nice
Were you in
places.
an office park?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was essentially it. Like I was in this hotel that was tucked back in an office park and managed to have a couple other hotels. And I always like to
Surrounded
go.
by like chain restaurants.
I wish.
Oh no.
I went out to go find the food and I walked for a mile and a half and I never saw a restaurant that didn't have a drive-through.
Oh.
And I was like, all right.
Did anyone say, "Do you know where you are"?
With their eyes, not with their mouths. Because I definitely stood. I was in a polo shirt and just walking
Bebopping
along.
around.
Yeah, I was just doing my thing, listening to podcasts in my
Yep.
headphones, just
Not
Going out?
spatially aware.
Yeah.
going out to find some food.
How'd it go?
Pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I walked for a mile and a half.
No, I
decided,
meant like the work thing.
Oh, the work went great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, great time. Actually commuted into Miami for meetings.
Nice.
Just like an hour. Went in there, actually had some nice meetings, got to see how the other half lives.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
Which half?
The extremely wealthy half. Miami is a town of haves and have-nots.
I've heard Miami is like, if not 1, 2 on like real estate right now. Like it's one of the most expensive places.
Oh,
to
it's
live.
insane. And you just see
Which
these
is
people.
weird because it's like falling into the fucking ocean.
Yeah, but they all have boats, and their boats are better than their houses.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you care if it falls in the ocean? I mean, it's like Wednesday afternoon, and like the reggaeton is pumping out of the boats, and they're cruising through the canals, and girls are dancing in bikinis. I'm like, it's noon on a Wednesday.
So awesome.
What is happening down here?
Have you seen those videos of like the Miami boat ramp fails?
Oh yeah.
I
and-
get fed those all day long.
Yeah.
And all these guys that
And the ones that come into like the crazy like choppy.
I get those too. We all get the
Bays,
same feed.
yeah.
and all these guys that have farmer tans because they clearly are day laborers have like 150K boats.
Yeah, oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, what am I doing wrong?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like where I have my place on the lake. Like it's a bunch of campers and double wides and stuff. But like those people have no problem like buying 15K golf cars and 50K boats like all day long and 75K trucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you lay tile like.
Yeah.
You work for a living. You earn that money, and you're just willing to buy this shit all day, every day.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but you should spend most of your money on depreciating assets.
Yeah,
That's how you get ahead.
yeah. That's how you get rich.
Yeah, that's the move.
Yeah.
You buy it for 75, you sell it for 35, boom. Because you had
Nailed
more
it.
than $40,000 worth of fun
There you go.
in that 3
Here's my
years.
secret to life. Live like you won the lottery in 2005. I buy all the greatest stuff from the mid 2000s.
Oh, you're telling me. My driveway is littered with shit that I
Yeah.
coveted when I was young and poor.
Yep.
And I was like, now I'm older, I can buy it because it's also cheap.
Yeah.
I get that shit and hold it.
I was going to talk about it before the show, but we'll go on a little offshoot here. But Dave, you sent a picture of your coveted Jeep that that you want to your favorite Jeep. And
Yeah.
It's the LJ.
Oh, I want Brendan to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, if so, people don't know it. LJ is
Well, I was
it's
getting
not
there.
okay, go for it.
It's not a what?
Well, it's not a real classification. There was the CJ, the YJ, the
And then
TJ.
TJ Unlimited is what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yes, but it's only in Jeep circles that it's known as the LJ.
Yeah,
It wasn't
the
an
long
official.
Jeep.
Yeah, because it's
The long Jeep.
yeah.
And they made it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
3.
3 years?
3.
05, and 06.
so
There you go.
anyway, I was way off. My apologies.
50% wrong.
Jeez. So anyway, the point is that's
Somebody's
my favorite
getting more
Jeep
confident.
too. I saw one while I was in Raleigh last weekend, and it just why did they stop making them? Like
Well, because they put the fourth door.
I
in.
know, but still, like it's still. I don't know anyone who didn't love that Jeep.
Yeah.
Like, and I know it was only made 3 years, and therefore it's a commodity. But I still think if they turned them out from the jump, they'd still sell like hotcakes. Like,
Well, when we were kids, any car, like a 4-door car was lame.
Yes.
But the exact same model in 2 doors
Was cool.
Was awesome.
Yeah.
And apparently that does not exist in today's world.
Yeah, we like practicality. With a side of absolutely not practical.
But if
That's what we love.
you'll buy a sport, like a dedicated 2-door sports car.
Yeah.
But you will never buy a car that's available as a 4-door as a 2-door. You won't buy it. So if you can buy a long Jeep.
yeah, but they
with
still
4
make
doors-
2-door Jeeps.
Yeah, but
Now, how many of them do you see bought though? It's really
Yeah.
It's a fraction of what people buy.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember being a kid being like, why would you have a 4-door when you have a back seat in your 2-door, and why
totally
would I
agree.
have an automatic? Like driving a stick is fun. And like,
Then you got a girlfriend.
yeah. And then it's like, or a wagon. Like I love wagons. Like,
I still do.
yeah. And I always have, but like most people are like, oh, those, wagons are lame. And I'm like, they're kind of fucking dope. But I don't know. It hit me when you sent your coveted Jeep out. I'm like, everybody know like Sheeps loves that Jeep. Like I don't know why they.
Yeah.
I just feel like in the car world, if they continue to make those things, they still would be freaking coveted. Like,
Yeah, because it had a slightly shorter wheelbase than the 4-door Jeep,
yeah.
but a longer wheelbase than the 2-door Jeep. But what it really gained was trunk space. Like now you
Yep.
could put a dog in there
Because the
with
2-door
two people
Jeep
in the back seat.
The 2-door Jeep has no trunk.
It's about a
Yeah.
foot long.
Right.
Yeah.
Is about what you've got. You can put shoe boxes in there and stuff. If you're a
And
big
it was
shoe
one
head,
of those things where it just like aesthetically looked right. Like the just
once you
stretching
jacked it out, it looks
just a little
stupid
bit.
on stock
You're right.
tires.
With
Do
a
you know
whole-
what I mean?
But that's most all Jeeps. I mean, they all need a little bit of something.
No,
under 'em.
the unlimited 2-door with a hard top looks dumb. It has this huge rear window. Like,
Yeah.
it looks bad unless it's on 35-inch tires.
As soon as you
Yeah.
lift it, all of a sudden you're like, "Is that the best
Yeah,
looking
but
Jeep?"
all
ever?
the older Jeeps, they all came with like LT, like like 255 tires. Like they were like you would see Blazers that had bigger tires on them. Like
Yeah.
There is something to be said though when you see an old 2-door Jeep that's literally on the paper thin,
Oh, yeah.
Pizza
little
cutters.
tiny tires.
I like that look too.
that actually looks okay. You're
Yeah.
like, look at that basic bitch Jeep.
I like
kicking
mostly
ass.
stock Jeeps anyway. Especially, and the older they are, I think the cooler they look.
Yeah.
It's mostly stock.
Yeah.
But
That-
anyway, yeah, the point was, man, that Jeep was so cool. Those LJs were so cool, and they should have just kept making them.
They are.
Weren't they selling when they were making them? Like,
Yeah, they sold enough that's what they all of a sudden they were like, oh,
let's do the
okay,
4-door.
people like it, so let's put a four doors in there,
Yeah.
and then I don't think they ever expected the meteoric rise of the 4-door.
Yeah.
I mean, it changed everything.
It
Right.
did. It ruined it.
It did, but it made it. Like it's
Yes.
I don't know the numbers, but I imagine any given year of a 4-door Jeep dwarfs any year of the previous generations.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
agree.
You could say it ruined it, but it absolutely put Jeep on the map as far as like
Well, I mean, I say it ruined
Everyday
it as in
people.
like the culture of Jeeps. Just like
it did start the downfall.
just like Harleys are basically ruined now. Like
no one buys Harleys.
they're
It's crazy.
corny as shit.
It's great. They can't sell them. Millennials hate Harleys.
Yeah.
They'll buy sport bikes, but they will not buy Harleys.
Yep.
Which means you can get a great deal on a Harley
Yeah.
if you want one.
And it used to just be like the hardcore 1%ers were rocking those things.
They still are.
And they still are, but
25 years ago, they didn't depreciate.
They did not.
Yeah.
Now you can buy them for a couple grand.
Yeah.
Used. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
my dad sold one for like $3,000, and it was like Dyna Lowrider, tricked out, low miles. It was a beautiful bike.
did
And
he throw in the assless chaps?
I mean, standard, of course.
yeah, but Brennan had to slide in and snag those.
Some people keep
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, they're in the family. You don't want to give those up. It's an heirloom.
yeah. I've got them. Very stained. Very stained.
Dude, assless chaps with the dong sarong. That's your next.
Why do they call them
M4K.
assless chaps? Because all chaps are assless. Like, that's the whole look at. Like, there's no ass
It's it. If
chaps.
you're just not wearing pants,
Yeah.
now they're assless chaps.
Yeah.
But they were always, the chaps themselves were always assless.
Yes.
I mean, that's literally what they do. They're supposed to protect you like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
thighs and shit.
That'd be like,
That's it.
did you get that new sleeveless tank top?
Like, oh no!
Tell me
Haven't-
about it. What's it look
What's-
like?
This seems reckless, dangerous. I like it.
But it does. Just saying chaps does sound weird. Like everyone always says, the assless chaps. Like it's in the lexicon.
But it's just known.
Yeah.
Of course, it's assless.
My guess is the key is that assless connotates not wearing
Not wearing the pants.
under them,
Yeah.
I got these new backless flip flops.
which should just be ass full chaps. Really,
Oh, that would be the anomaly. That'd be the weird shit. You mean leather pants?
Leather pants with tassels.
Yeah, I got assless leather pants. Now that's a different thing because that actually tells you something.
And that's for a whole different group.
Harley riders,
Yeah, you show me a guy named Harley,
Yeah.
the 1%ers.
dude. Those 1%ers are all over Miami.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. I mean, it's literally you've got people with no money
Yeah.
and then people with way too much money, and not a whole lot of middle class
Well,
there.
growing up here in the Mid Atlantic, like, and living in downtown Richmond and all over Richmond, like, I always thought, like, you see homeless people, and we've always had them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would see them, and I would literally be running, like, what would I do? And the thing that always went into my brain was, I'd hit Route 1, and I'd start going south. Like, why would you spend one winter in Richmond? Like,
Right.
Why would
I'd
you
be
spend
gone.
anywhere north of the Mason-Dixon line is way too cold.
Yeah,
To be homeless.
yeah.
But there's also a point in diminishing returns when you get down into like Florida. It gets awfully hot.
Well, you migrate like a bird.
Yeah, but you can, like, even when it's hot outside at nighttime, you can sleep, or you can sleep during the day in the shade somewhere and mill around at night, and like, but like you will freeze to death and die, like at
Yeah.
a certain temperature. Like, chances are you're not gonna overheat and die.
No, and nothing keeps you cool like fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I like how Troy's like, these people do not have mental health issues or drug problems. They're totally logical.
Yeah.
And not making any sense right now.
Yeah.
exactly. Troy's like, that's crazy talk.
That's how all the politicians think. Because if
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear them talk, they're like, these single mother of threes, they're the homeless people. It's like, no, they're all mental health and issues and drug addicts. Like, most of them have family that would gladly take them in if they weren't doing drugs and or have mental health issues.
And then there's the van life people.
Yeah, that's one
Technically-
step above
technically
homeless.
homeless.
Yeah.
Maybe mental health issues.
I love that van life people, though, they're just Instagram famous homeless.
What's even weirder than the van life people is, which I can kind of almost get behind. Have you seen the videos of the people that live in their Camrys and shit?
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like walk you through their morning routine and stuff, and it's like,
And they give you a tour of their
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Like, here's a cup holder.
I'm like,
Nice.
you drive a Civic. Like,
Yeah.
why? If you're gonna do this life, get the van, get the SUV. Like, you literally are sleeping in your uncomfortable small car with the seat reclined. Like, at least get something you could lay flat in.
But I love those people because I'm like, you know what? If the worst turn of my life ever happens, all I need is a gym membership with a
Yeah.
shower
Yeah,
and a Prius,
$10 a month at Planet Fitness.
and I'm good to go.
I had a buddy when I lived up outside of DC, and he was that. Like, when I met him, he was homeless, and I had no idea. Like, the first couple of times I hung out with him, I was like, this dude's cool as shit. Like, we were having a blast.
Oh, is it your place?
What did his sign say?
No, he didn't ever have a
I
sign
just
or
got
anything.
Troy's joke. That's awesome.
No, like he had a job. Like he couldn't afford anything yet. Like he'd just gotten up there. And like I'd hung out with him and I was like, yeah, this dude's cool as shit. And then one day I was like, where are we going? And he was like, well, we can't go in my car. My dog's in there and all my shit's in there. And I was like, oh yeah, you like moving? He's like, no, I've been living out of my car. I had no idea. And he was that. He was working at a gym.
I like how he said, we can't go to my car. Can we go to your car?
Yeah. I was
Take
like,
out of your car tonight, bro.
yeah, he was like, oh, we can't go in my car. I don't have any room.
How many hand jobs is that?
The 3.
Okay.
I mean, how would I know?
Don't make it weird. No, but that was his thing. He worked at a Gold's Gym. He was doing membership sales, and he would shower there.
Free
in the morning.
shower.
I mean, it's great if you're that guy, because like, that's your biggest nut is your rent or your mortgage. Like, imagine saving $1,000 or $800 or whatever
Yeah.
the number is. Like,
And he was killing it. Like, it was crazy. Like, he was a good looking dude. Like, he was meeting girls at Gold's Gym.
well, the biggest problem, right, if you live that life, is showering and shitting. So like,
He had that on lock.
yeah, if you work at a place that provides you that, like, that's
Yeah.
crucial.
He doesn't have to be at work till noon, yet he's showing up at 6.
Yeah.
What a hard worker.
He's getting promoted.
Yeah.
Just
He's-
because he's homeless.
He's lifting weights.
You
He's
only
showering,
be-
meeting chicks.
You're here for 14 hours a day, but you only clock in for 8. Hey, I'm committed to the job.
I just like to be. I want to make sure I don't miss a thing.
That's right.
That's how I roll.
Keep my finger on the pulse of this gym.
That's right. I know everybody.
And you have a microwave.
And I have a burrito. So kind of a match made in heaven.
Free
They-
Pizza Fridays is pretty dope. Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
If you have an
crushed
ice
it.
machine, he'll never quit.
Yeah.
The thing that was hard about his situation is he had a dog.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to keep dogs in cars.
Not anymore.
What? So like,
You used to be able to keep your dog in a car all the time.
yeah, but
Same with kids.
Yeah, but they were dying.
Here and there.
I think more often than you thought.
Well, if one dog dies, Brendan, that's too many.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So you get it.
Yeah.
See,
What town was this in?
this was in technically Herndon.
Yeah, that's some temperature in August.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was a little odd.
Well,
His
any car,
dog did great though.
You get in your car and on a clear sunny day and 30 degrees, and it's sitting there in the sun all day, it'll be hot as hell in there, even when it's cold out.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Nice and hot. Dog probably loved the winters. I can't remember if it was winter or summer. It was just a few months, but
Oh, okay.
it was odd. Like when I realized I've been partying with a homeless dude.
Yeah.
It's just a little different.
Another thing about the homeless that I didn't understand is the ones with the pets. It's like, I get it. You need companionship, but that's one more mouth you got to feed. One more thing you got to worry about.
Yeah, but I think you get twice as much food when there's a dog. People don't care
That's
about people.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You walk by, you see that dog with
Actually, you
that
get twice as
D-gen.
much alcohol when you have a dog.
You get twice as much
Twice
everything.
much everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ass. Probably get laid all the time with that dog.
By the other homeless chicks.
Yep.
Hell yeah. There's nothing they want more than a dog. Oh, wait. Heroin. That's right. I was trying to remember. This is my dog, Heroin. Oh my God, he's perfect. He's literally everything I need. Yeah. He's like a St. Bernard around his neck. He's got the barrel and it's just full of heroin.
I did like having
That wouldn't last long.
Yeah, kill the dog.
I did have an epiphany when debit and credit cards came out, because I used to give change to the homeless when I would buy something and come out of a 7-Eleven or something. And then it was literally once the debit card came around, it was like, oh, I don't have any cash, dude.
Yeah.
But now you see them and they're smart. They're they got smartphones with Venmo and shit like that. So they're adapting to to
Well, I
that
don't,
had to have been a hard
They
hit.
turn the screen around. You're like, I have to fucking tip on this too.
how is my service today as a
Yeah.
homeless person? About 15%, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best.
Why does it start at 18? That's just rude.
I was at a restaurant tonight. It was 20, 25, 30.
I know.
And I was like, wait.
The audacity, dude.
I was like, I thought 20 was you're doing, that's the number. But now I'm feeling bad because you want to go to the middle.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do 18, 20, 23.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, which is fine.
subpar is 18,
But at least still tip.
But now they're doing 20, 25, 30. That
that was a big one. That even offended me.
Yeah. And that takes something
Yeah,
to
I
offend
went-
you in the tipping world.
I went 20.
Oh, you
Which
kept
is
it on the low end.
You showed
Crazy for
them.
me. Yeah.
Well, that's what I do.
Gotcha, bitch.
When they hit you with the 18% automatic, I'm like, well, you lost. I'm not tipping on top of that then. You decided to gamble and already hit me, so you're not getting the extra, because I was going to go 20 or 25.
Yeah. You're out now.
Yep.
This homeless guy the other day got me because he pulled the, hey, man, you got any change? And I was like, nah, man, I don't, which was not a lie.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
I just got all this folding money in my pocket. Sorry.
yeah, no change, bro. All 20s. Yeah. But so he was like, well, would you mind buying me something to eat? He was standing outside a convenience store, and I was like, oh, that one's kind of hard to deny. 'Cause
Yeah.
Right.
now I know I'm not buying him drugs because I don't
Yeah.
want to buy him drugs.
Yeah.
And I don't have any change. And he was like, how about? I was like, yeah, come on in. Let's get some pizza.
How are you with
So
buying
wait,
alcohol?
that's the end of the story?
Oh, did I stew it?
No, I was thinking he was like, well, if you've got your card, then here is my tablet.
or,
No. He
Or,
just-
you know, it would be good to wash this pizza down, a deuce.
I
I
wasn't
would buy
doing
that.
that.
I would buy that too.
I had a guy when I was young. I was in my early 20s. I stopped at a shady little gas station up the road here in Richmond, and a guy hit me up and I was like, you trying to buy beer? He's like, yeah, man. I said, well, I'm here to buy beer too, so come on in here.
Yeah.
And I bought him a double deuce or a 40 or something. I was like, I ain't mad at you. Like,
No, I don't mind that. I don't
Yeah.
mind as long as I can see where the money goes.
it's
I'm
the
fine with it.
I'm out of town and I got a flat
Right.
tire and my family.
Yeah.
Like,
Just be honest.
yeah.
Yeah. When he said, I'm hungry. I just want some food. He's like, would you buy me a slice of pizza? I said, yeah, I will gladly do that.
One of my first interactions in college with a homeless person was with my buddy Mike walking through campus. And like this dude met us at a corner. And I wish I could remember what he said, but he walked with us for a whole block, weaving this crazy funny tale, like that was obviously like not like a woe is me.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the end of the block, we were like, well, dude, like that was entertaining. Like I owe you for that tale you just like the journey you took me on. So we gave him a couple bucks each. Like,
So
Which is
you
okay.
tip street performers that you stop at, right?
If I stop, I usually try to go right on past them.
Right. But every now and again, there'll be one you're like, I was just entertained for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's worth $5.
It's buskers that get me. If you're
Yeah.
playing music, I've literally got the kids trained. If there's someone playing music on the street, I hand them each $1, and I'm
yeah,
like,
I
go
do
pay
that with
them.
my kids too.
Because that's what I want to encourage. Even bucket boys, dudes that
The
are
problem
pounding
with the bucket
buckets.
boys is I used to be pro bucket drummers, but sometimes and it's not a lot, but sometimes you get the guy who literally has no skills.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
I'm
I
like,
won't.
you've put no effort into this.
Right.
Like I cannot tip you, dude. You do not. This is not appeasing. This is entertaining.
Yes.
Like
No, he needs a funny sign
yeah,
because he's not a bucket guy.
Yeah.
But a good bucket boy,
yeah.
just getting down
I've
on
seen
that
groups
bucket.
of like 5 of them just like going to town,
Yeah.
dude. And
I
it
can
sounds
hear
amazing.
it. I can hear it in my just
Yep.
saying it. Like I can hear those buckets.
And it always gets me too when like you used to see him like outside the Coliseum, right? Because like there was events, but
Hey,
then
leave
like
a show.
you would like see him coming out of the diamond. I'm like, oh, you guys like plotted this out. Like you put some thought into the whole process.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's game day.
It's a job,
Yeah,
but I respect a job.
yeah.
Hustle's good.
Like it's 10 o'clock at night and you're out here banging on these drums outside the diamond. Like, let's go.
do it.
But the woe is me sign that's a paragraph long gets $0 from me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a hard time with that.
Like zero. I don't even want to read it.
yeah.
And sometimes I can't read it.
And I hate the aggressive people that are in the median that like basically come out to your window.
Oh, I don't pay them.
Yeah.
And my daughters get upset with me. They're like, "Why don't you pay them?" I'm like, "Because I don't want them here."
Yeah.
they had
Well, it's
a-
actually illegal to be there.
No,
now.
they had enough money to get a permit. Like you have to have a permit to do that. So when you see a repeat person, they're paying whatever the permit fee is to do that. And I'm like, dude,
I've seen more I've seen more of the guy standing around with his kid and wife and dog, like sitting off to the side a lot lately too.
That's a good move. It tugs at my heartstring. Not enough to come off a quarter, but it does tug at my heartstring a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I see that move and I go, he's getting somewhere with this move. Not with me,
Not with me.
but
Go get yourself a bucket,
Yeah.
some drumsticks.
I read an article that a lot of those folks, even with the woe is me sign, get like $60 an hour.
oh yeah.
I mean, do the math. That's $120K
Yeah.
a year tax free.
have you ever had a bad job though, where like you're forced to sit around and do nothing like for a long period of time?
Assistant crack whore in college.
I thought you worked your way up.
Nice.
It's a bad job.
But like I've had jobs where like I worked parking security where I would sit in a booth all day
Oh, I've done that job.
and like so I look at the begging for money as like I'd rather actually work than just stand around in the same spot all day. Like even
Right.
though you're paying taxes and you're not getting as much money, like
Oh, I hear you. Like,
it's
yeah, that's
so degrading
mind-numbing.
and mind numbing. Like it's almost torture. It's
Right.
almost torture.
like, why wouldn't they want to clean the dishes at a restaurant?
Yeah.
To make the time go by faster.
Exactly.
Than standing in the hot sun,
Yeah.
giving up your entire pride.
And 25 square feet of space, like literally prisoners move around more in a day than you do.
And you're
like,
you're able-bodied.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yep.
Like, maybe you can't read, maybe whatever, but there's got to be better. Even if it doesn't pay $60 an hour,
Yeah.
it's got to be more humane and fun than
Yeah. And if you get a
standing.
job like washing dishes somewhere, you can get some free food at the end of the night. You know, like
Nothing wrong with that.
you're in the AC.
Well, it comes
you know,
back to
like-
the whole mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are not of sound mind.
Well,
Some are. Some
you know,
are professionals.
I would say the three of us kind of are have a little touch of all of that in that like it's a gaming the system thing, right? We all three like deals. We like to look for deals. We all three of us would rather put more effort into saving some money than just going out and getting to the finish line, right? So like that's kind of what their take on it is, right? Like, yeah, I could bust my ass all day and make $80, or I could stand here and basically be tortured in the sun, you know, for
3 hours.
For 3 hours and make $80. Yeah. Like I'm beating the system, and it's like,
You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, but you're not setting yourself up for any future, you know, like, but you're getting enough, right? You're getting enough to get by. You're getting enough to get the hit or.
But that's the problem, right? Is that you're not working towards getting a car.
Yeah.
Just working towards nodding off underneath a bridge.
Yeah.
It's not exactly. It's a very different mentality. Like, oh, I have enough.
Yeah.
Day's over.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you hit up someone who buy you a slice of pizza outside of another place while you slowly nod off. Life is good.
There's something about getting that deal, though.
In Miami, that actually sounds pretty awesome.
Miami, I've seen some good bum fights.
I think that's might be where bum fights started, somewhere down there.
It's where they've perfected it. That's for sure. Seen some awesome bum fights on corners.
The heat does get people agitated.
Is that a fundraiser, or just you happen to run across two bums that had a beef?
I literally had I was working out in this gym at this hotel that had a view that looked right out on the water, and there were two bums. And they were kind of like working different parts of like the walkway.
Oh, they're territorial.
Oh, yeah. So they didn't have a Don King.
No, this was
collecting wages.
You're saying this was unsanctioned.
Yeah, this was beautiful. One dude was pissed and just was whooping his ass with a stick and like chasing him around. Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun.
The best part about bum fights is neither of them feel any pain.
No, they're in a pretty good spot.
Or shame.
Yeah, this is the
no pain, no shame.
That old saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that bumper sticker.
Yep.
Write that down.
Not bad at all. But yeah, dude, Miami's mind blowing though. Seeing the
good
sheer
time of year to be
money.
down there because not too hot yet.
Yeah,
I bet that felt nice.
Just looking at some of these boats and stuff, I'm just like, what do these people even do?
I know
the amount of Ferraris.
Yeah,
I saw more Ferraris. Saw my first Cybertruck.
Oh, nice. They're actually in production.
They're
out there in the wild.
I saw one coming down the road, and it is big. My goodness, was it big?
It's hideous though, right?
It was hideous, but like strangely, like it definitely looked like it belonged in like Tron.
Yeah,
or like some crazy movie. Like Elon did it. It is ugly and kind of badass. It was my first time seeing it.
Yeah, I've still yet to even be in a Tesla.
I've driven Teslas. I've been every style except that truck. That truck is. It was impressive. It was a young dude driving around I got a $130,000 truck.
I mean, I think we might have talked about like I want to be in on the whole thing, but like every time I've had to deal with something battery powered, it's always bit me in the ass. I mean, I went down to my lake house 2 weeks ago, and the weather had tripped out my breaker that runs all the power in my shed where my electric golf car is plugged up, and it basically killed it. And I had to spend an entire day trickle charging every battery up to the point where it was at least enough juice to turn the charger on.
No, that's a pain in the dick.
And it came back to life, but the problem is they're damaged batteries now. Like they're never the same.
They're never the same. My cars are famous for that.
I just can't trust the electric thing fully yet. It's just too scary.
Well, those Teslas seem to be holding on. Like you look at the ones that are a decade old now, and they're still going.
Yeah.
So Elon's doing something right.
Yeah, you hear all these talk about the naysayers saying, "Oh, it's a $20,000 replacement," but I don't know anyone who's actually paid the $20,000 replacement.
Have they had? Do you know anyone that's replaced them?
That's what I mean. I don't know anyone.
So the replacement hasn't come around. So it still might be a $20,000 replacement.
And maybe
it will be, but
those cars are 10 years old now.
Yeah,
they're still doing their thing,
chugging.
Yeah,
they might be, instead of being able to charge to 100%, they only charge up to 94%. But
I got this
doesn't seem that bad.
Electric lawnmower, and that thing was badass for a season.
Is it the riding one?
No, just
Push
it's a
one?
push
Yeah.
one. But now, like, I charge it up, and that thing will go like
20 minutes.
dozens of yards.
So here's
Like yards, distance of
The
measurement.
measurement, not the actual yard.
You can't cut a dozen yards.
No, I have 3 batteries that I have 3 different
And you have to
chargers.
stop and
I'm
cycle
like
'em.
cycling them. I'm going, and I can't even do my backyard. Where at
Wow.
one time, one battery did the front and back.
Wow.
So the secret to those batteries is they love to be at 50% capacity. Like that's where
Yeah.
they want to be. And so the secret is you never charge them to 100% and leave them. You charge them to 100% if you're going to immediately use it. And then you try to charge it for storage back up to 50 to no more than 80%.
I'm interested to see where that electric skateboard is because I remember I just ran it into the ground,
Oh, that's as bad as leaving it at 100%.
and then I just
Yeah.
tucked it over there for the winter. And I'm planning on taking it out this weekend. This weekend.
Have you been charging it?
No.
Oh.
No. I literally ignore it. I don't even look it in the eyes.
Because it's because it's dead.
Because it's dead as a
Yeah, and
doornail.
then I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to charge it all the way up and it's going to be flawless.
Wasn't that what that test?
Then you're going to ride it to my house and stop halfway with a dead battery.
Yeah, and then I just got the world's heaviest skateboard that I'm pushing down the road. It's not a great deal.
Isn't that how all the electric cars do? Like they're optimized at 80% or something. Like for some
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah, they
which is so weird to me. Like just adjust the numbers out then, because I don't like that. I want it to be 100%.
right.
Yeah, I don't like looking down and
Right,
going,
right.
80, come on.
Yeah.
If it could do 400, but it really should just do 320, say this is the 320 model.
Yeah.
And cap
And
it.
allow the
Yeah.
battery to work forever.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's what Elon is doing. Maybe that's why it works. Maybe it is only charging to 80.
Yeah.
And he's just saying that.
Fine with me. I hate that. I hate when you're seeing that stuff.
Because we've
Like,
all seen it. A hurricane happens, and all of a sudden, Elon sends an update,
Yeah.
and then they all go an extra 100 miles to get
Yeah.
people out of. So that's probably exactly what he's doing. He's like, all right, uncap it, and then recap it.
Yeah.
I mean, that
It makes sense.
doesn't that scare you though?
That Elon has all the power? No, he seems very level-headed.
We talked about it. Remember when BMW did that? Are they still doing that? Remember when they were charging people for
Yeah,
the
everything's built in. You're
monthly
like-
fee for the
Yeah, it's like
heated
$10
seats?
for heated seats every month.
Oof.
I mean, how is that like?
They can turn them off from the sky. Bloop. No more heated seat, bitch. You didn't pay your bill.
That's so crazy.
That is wild.
You know, it pisses me off because, and I think we've talked about this a little. Like, I have Hulu, Netflix, and a couple other things, Disney and Prime Video and all that shit. But like, nothing was as good as the DVR was. Like,
The TiVo?
or I never had the TiVo, but I had the DVR, and it was freaking phenomenal. Like, I'm back to watching commercials. I can't just. It's not easy to fast forward and rewind like it was with the DVR. Like, everything doesn't jump up right to your.
So now that I have YouTube TV, I can actually, it's all back.
Oh, is it?
I have
so
the full
YouTube does that?
DVR. Yeah, as long because I'm paying for all those channels.
Yeah.
So I just tell it, hey, I'm interested in all this shit. And anything that I've said yes, it just stores in the cloud.
Nice.
And I can now fast forward through that.
Awesome.
So it is back, but I don't know if I only know of that one doing.
Yeah. Because there's a premium, obviously, you can pay for where I think they take the commercials out, but I'm too cheap to do that.
Correct.
Oh yeah, this is only if it ran on
Yeah.
what they call cable.
Yeah.
But it's there. I like it.
Just frustrating. They I mean, they know what they're doing.
It is
That's my
frustrating
point.
that everyone has cut the cable, has twice the bill of media
Yeah.
that they had before.
And
before
it's
the
multiple
option.
bills instead of one
Well,
single thing.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You add the 5 services together, and it's $300 instead of the $78 you had before.
Oh, the golden era of cable is about to be back. You know, you go ahead like 5-10 years from now when everybody has to pay all these different streaming services,
Yeah.
and someone's going to be like, "Have you tried cable?" And
Yeah.
they're going to be like, "What?"
We have
Mind
a
blown.
bundle.
Yeah, but all these streaming
Triple
services
play.
are like their own movie houses.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's what it's going to become. Like, I'm going to buy the Netflix Hulu package.
Well, they kind of
Paramount
are. Where
Plus.
like Disney and ESPN are
well,
all
you heard-
together.
You heard what Stu has, right?
Yeah, a legal satellite feed, basically.
Is it illegal?
What's he have?
He has this thing that you pay a $500 whatever startup fee, and then you pay $500 a year, and you get every feed from every camera that's ever been invented.
It's illegal.
I have a buddy who
This is
has
the
one of those
old-
things. I forget what he calls it, but it's like $25 a month, and he can watch like new movies, like in the theater.
Yeah, that's not.
and I'm like, that
Also
sounds,
illegal.
That's not
I'm like,
legal.
that sounds very illegal.
I bet he even sees porn.
Well, I want no parts of that.
Yo, I pay a premium for porn.
What?
Yeah, I spend so much on porn.
Oh no,
That's
That's how you
dumb.
do it.
You should buy a phone.
I don't.
That's how you get
I
porn.
don't hang out with the people that do that.
No, that's what you do. You pay for porn, right?
I don't watch it. I
know.
don't. I'm confused.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
your problem.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
put a Governor Lumpkin mask on, and I'm in.
Thought
That's
this was
more and more states are getting these. You got to prove your age laws. I was just talking to a dude the other day, and he was in Texas. Like, that's the freest damn state in the world. He's like, son of a bitch. He's like, I can't get porn. I was like, you just got to get a picture of your governor, hold it up. Like, this is what
I
we
mean,
all do.
is it even working if it's that easy of a workaround? I mean, that's what's crazy.
Yeah, it's working because they passed the bill, and I'm sure there's a bunch of bullshit in that bill.
Well, the good news is kids under 18 really don't know how to skirt around the technology.
That's the thing. You got 70-year-old dudes going, I think we've got the roadblock that'll
That's right, yeah.
keep the 16-year-olds off of porn. The 16-year-olds,
Yeah.
wait, what? Because
The 70-year-old
reason.
guys are like, I know how to get porn off the interwebs. There's only, 3 sites? We got them.
we'll lock those sites
Yeah.
up. It's anything with the word porn in it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
They should make an app where the only porn you can get is scrambled porn from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
and
As a throwback,
That's what only kids today can watch.
so they can appreciate it.
Yep. And they'll be like, oh, I saw a nipple.
Or
That would I would lose my mind because I remember seeing nipples come up like
Oh, yeah.
up the screen.
I'm not
Like,
sure if that's a guy's or a girl's.
eh,
Oh, well.
Doesn't matter. I'll
too
finish.
late. Or just Playboys, like stills from all like their magazines from like the 70s.
Yeah, giant, lots of hair.
Dude, I love that shit, dude. I still to this day because I came up on National Geographic porn. Like that was my porn. If there's not a disc in a lip, or like
I never
or
got.
like,
I never.
or like a 12-inch neck with like rings around it, like I could barely get hard.
Troy was more of a Sears catalog
I was
guy.
definitely a Sears catalog guy
Oh,
for sure.
so you got a little garter belt fetish?
Oh yeah, any nice
And lawnmowers.
lingerie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I got you. Yeah, grandma panties. I'd be like, is that skin colored?
No, the thing is, in the Sears catalog, it doesn't have to be like Vicky's to be hot. Like it just anything that's not grandma panties is automatically like level up. Like
Yeah.
That's a premium.
you're like, I can see a little hip there. Oh my gosh.
Like, hello, ankles. Don't mind if I finish.
You're like, there's not a 4-inch side on your underwear? Wow, very risque there.
My goodness. I couldn't even see that panty line if you were wearing a miniskirt.
See,
See,
Rusty?
Russ? No. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Dude, do you see what time it is?
It's deli time.
Oh, I'm pretty excited about this.
Which one is it down here?
Okay, on the right, Giant America. You can't miss them. When you find them, you're going to know.
Is this the same brewer from last time?
No, this is a brewery I've never tasted,
Nice.
and this is so American. And it even has an Evil Knievel one on it.
What?
Yes, you will see.
Is it Evil Knievel or Harley?
It's called Against the Grain.
Yes.
Not Giant America.
No, against the grain. No, I'm just saying
I was
this is
looking.
There are these ones with giant eagles, but it does not say Giant America.
you just wait till you see this can. Dave, your mind's about to be blown.
I feel like I have to have my own pint.
Oh yeah, because this is a W.
So that one is actually a Harley one, but Evil used it.
Well, it's definitely Harley.
I like how it says a beer.
Yeah, a beer.
We got Against
Super
the Grain.
American Premium Lager.
Premium Lager.
Art and design by RobbieDavis.com.
Robbie Davis is the man.
Let's read what the can says. This is brewed and canned at Against the Grain Brewery in Louisville, Kentucky. If it's good, when it's time for a beer, you deserve the best. You deserve a super premium winner every time. You deserve A Beer. A Beer is a cold, refreshing lager and number one at being the best. So whether you're ready to crack one or crush one, make sure it's A Beer. It's great.
I'm going to make a prediction
4.5 ABV.
that it's not the best lager ever.
You've lost your fucking mind. You see the size of that eagle behind her head?
I mean, that is...
That's a weird looking woman on there.
Oh yeah, red,
Like
white,
an alien.
red, white, and blue glasses. Got the
Can you
tattoo.
tell she's green?
No,
Yeah, her skin tone is green.
She's
It's
got
a mint green.
Seafoam.
glory tattooed across her chest. I don't know. This is pretty rad. I was with young Jimmy. We saw this, and I said, "Oh, look at that can."
That's definitely a great buy. I'm just predicting it's not going to be a great beer.
Troy, you got enough over there?
Yeah.
This is gonna be fantastic. Going in for the first. Oh, the stink. Oh, the stink.
Yeah, it's got a very interesting stink.
Okay. Oh,
What do you think of that nose?
it tastes like the nose. No. It's slightly off, but in like a cool way.
Yeah, the nose it smells very yeasty.
Yeah.
It is yeasty. Like this thing's been infected.
This beer got fingered by a fraternity brother.
Who had just spent time with Sloppy Susan.
This is a yeasty... It's like a fucking Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Fucking loaf of bread in this thing, dude.
So what's funny is I don't think it's meant to do that.
No, but it's actually
But if they fucking called it Dunkin' Donuts with no icing, I'd be like, this is the fucking greatest beer ever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a sour, yeasty kind of Budweiser.
Did it turn?
No.
Or do you think this is the design? Like this is what they're going for?
Okay, for the record, this beer never turns. This beer's American.
This beer doesn't run.
This beer does not run. It would never turn his back.
Charges straight forward all the time.
This is the greatest beer ever made.
It's pretty weird that it finishes pretty clean with all the yeasty funk forward that it has.
It's fucked in the head.
It tastes very heavy, but it's not a heavy beer.
No. It's not bad though. I don't hate it.
Nah, this is weird. It almost is like it used like a champagne yeast, like a wine yeast, instead of like a brewer's yeast, because it retained so much of that flavor. But if I
Does it kind of taste like a dry, like champagne?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like that's it's
Like a brute, like a
yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like they intentionally used a different yeast to kind of give it that a slight wine characteristic, despite very much being a basic bitch lager. It's got that weird champagne flavor. This is
probably does taste a lot like beer used to taste 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Like, cause
Oh, that sounds good.
you gotta know, like the new Budweiser and new Coors Lights don't taste what the old ones taste like. But this is what I imagine the old ones used to
I
taste
feel like this beer has the glycemic level of 2 donuts.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But what is more American than losing a foot? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what my great grandfather used to say all the time.
But like you go all over this world and they're like, "Oh, you got that diabetes. What are you, American?" You know, like this is
Yeah, pretty
this is an
true.
American problem, and I'm glad they went for it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the high glycemic index. I'm not going to put this in directly into deli category, but I am going to put it right on the edge.
One loaf of bread for every 6-pack.
Right. It's like and
and it's Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
And I'm
oh,
drinking.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm drinking a Miller Lite, which is tastes great, less filling, and then I'm going right into this, and I'm like, tastes great and ridiculously filling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's not a bad beer.
No.
No, I'm gonna
But
start.
holy
I'm gonna
crap.
start it off right on the line. It would take someone to push it over, but I'm gonna give that a 3.5 because
What if they named it Wonder Beer? And it was like
dope.
that red, white, and blue Wonder
I would give
Bread
it a
logo.
4.
Yeah.
If it was called Wonder Beer and it had all of the polka dots.
Yeah.
this has a strange champagne vibe that pops right off at the top. But you know it's a lager,
Yeah.
but it's this weird champagne yeasty vibe going on.
It's transformed into a different beer than a lager to me.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's weird, but the backbone is lager. It's just
Yeah.
with that sour punch. Mm-hmm. It's very bready.
Yeah.
Or very champagne-y.
Let's see.
Somewhere in there.
Do the Zen test.
Do the Zen test. Yeah.
It's a good test. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I don't hate that beer. I would drink that beer. I prefer it over the other American beer. Why am I drawing a blank on its name right now?
Oh,
Preamble.
Preamble. And even the Triple Crossing one.
Yeah, I prefer this beer over those two, even though this is not a beer that I would want all the time.
Yeah.
But if you handed me one, I'd be like, hell yeah. Gets the green. A beer. I'm going to give it 3.5.
Yeah, I kind of like what they're doing too. It's different. It's very different. It's kind of funny to me that they're kind of selling it as like not different. Like this is
is.
just stripped down beer. Like I don't know. It's got more going on than a stripped down beer.
I
Like
expected Budweiser. I did not
Yeah.
get Budweiser.
and it's really not that I have a good memory, but I really don't recall another beer to even put this up against. Like, oh, if you like this, you're gonna like this. Like, what would you even run it next to? So, I mean, a 2.5's average, 3's above average. I think it's slightly above average, so I'm gonna go 3.5. I don't hate it either. I think it's kind of cool. Like it's just an anomaly. It like again, I wouldn't go buy a case of it to keep around, and I wouldn't, I don't know. It's just something to change it up, switch it up.
I like what you just said there because that's what it is. It's not like anything else I've ever tasted. And it's in the basic bitch lager category.
I think
So
they're
to-
kind of underselling it. Like I
so to
think their
come out of
marketing
that-
could be better.
Well, you couldn't beat the can.
Well,
Can is rad. It's like Evil Knievel's daughter.
yeah, but it's the can's cool in and of itself, but the can doesn't really match the beer. Like Dave and I were saying, if you said like plain cake donut or whatever, or Wonder Bread beer, like I'd be like, okay, now you're getting closer. But just throwing a dope ass eagle on it obviously makes it cool, but doesn't really describe the beer.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on this one. The marketing has thrown me off its scent.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already said it's, and you guys said it's very cakey, bready. It's a good, and I try to separate myself from the marketing, and it's a good beer, but it does say, so whether you're ready to crack one or crush one, there's zero chance I can crush this beer.
It's too much going on.
Yeah.
There's too much. It'd be like crushing a donut. Well, I can do that. Hold on.
It'd be like crushing a whole bunch of white bread. Wait. Bad example.
Let me back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me take a sip here.
Yeah, he just got real confused. He was like, the glycemic index is too. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Am I addicted?
No, I mean, the thing is, like, I like the marketing and I like the beer, but to me, they don't interconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I expected a real basic American lager.
yeah,
Before you guys gave me gave everyone your scores, I'm thinking
that was just for you, Dave.
I'm thinking it's a 3.
Yeah, that's what.
But
you
I
should-
yeah,
think
and that's
should-
where I started.
You should have an opinion.
But I think I can be talked up to a 3.5.
I
Like
don't want to talk you up to. I want your opinion.
it's definitely not a 4.
No, clearly
No.
not.
And it's definitely not a 2.5.
No. You're running into the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it was Wonder Beer with polka dots,
Yeah.
and a bread wrapper, and they're like, this is the same glycemic level as 2 donuts, I'd be like, they nailed this. It's a 4.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with 3.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
I feel like a 4 is too much.
It's
That's
a good beer.
It's a 3.33.
I can't believe it's only 4.5%. It is not crushable because it is
No.
so filling.
But
Oh,
it's
I
not.
feel bloated.
Like you can't drink. You can't. Is this a 4-pack or a 6-pack?
4-pack.
Yeah, you can't drink a 4-pack.
It's a 4-pack of 16 ounces, so it's basically a 6-pack. But you're not
Yeah.
gonna.
Respect.
I would drink 18 Miller Lights on the lake
Yeah.
before I could drink 4 of these A beers
I'll drink another one.
tonight.
No, but I'm very excited to pull this out of the cooler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not a deli.
Nope.
It's not a deli, but it's worthy of mentioning and trying.
Right.
It's a fun beer.
And it's a good first beer of the day.
Yeah.
Absolutely unique, and that is something that is impossible to say these days.
If you're down at Lake Gaston, you will get bonus points for this, and you will enjoy drinking it. But then after your first one, you're going to go back to the light
It's not
beer.
boozy though.
It's 4.5%.
Yeah, but it's
it tastes great and more filling.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that actually is a great descriptor. I just don't know. Like, did they already have the name and design
Yes.
can
This is-
before they matched the beer up with it? Because I feel like the artist that designed the can and came up with the name, like they were. I don't think this is the beer that should be with that.
I agree. And also the name doesn't match the artwork. The artwork is
A beer?
badass. And
A
then they're
beer.
like capital A, capital beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
Really?
the name is lame, but
In fact, the name of the brewery is more pronounced than the name of the beer.
Yeah, that's
I thought this was against the grain beer,
Yeah, that's
originally
what
I
thought.
did
but
too.
it's not. It's a beer.
Yeah. And they're trying to be too cute with making it too simple.
That's exactly right.
like
It's fitting. It's fitting that we're drinking this USA beer though today
because
An American icon.
because we lost today.
We lost the real one.
We lost one of the greatest American heroes,
Yeah.
Hall
And-
of Fame,
Innocent.
Hall of Fame running back, one of the greatest to ever play the game. Mm-hmm. One of the first ones to really transcend the NFL world and make
Yep.
it into
Marketing.
marketing, movies. You know, really white America embraced.
He has what every dude in America wants: a Heisman and a dead ex-wife.
I had not heard that. You know,
I didn't see that coming. Sorry. Threw me for a loop. Yeah, we lost OJ today.
people our age and younger never even saw him play football. We know him as the Hertz rent-a-car guy and the Naked Gun guy. Like,
Actually, everyone knows him as the
Well-
murderer.
no, he was innocent. I know him as
Not in the civil case.
the stealing guy who stole his stuff.
So we lost OJ today.
Yeah,
The day we're recording this.
the juice.
The juice. That dude could play football.
Yeah, he could. He could slash through those defenses.
He could. Like a knife.
Yeah.
Like a knife.
Yep.
And you know what the beauty is? A lot of these running backs, receivers these days, they have to wear them like sticky gloves.
Yep.
That dude never had to wear gloves.
No, they couldn't find any that fit.
No. Such just meaty
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, just
meaty
little
hands.
paws, dude.
It's just how he rolled.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember where you were during the OJ chase?
I remember exactly. Whoa, no, but I remember where I was during the verdict.
Oh, I remember the chase.
I don't remember where I was.
I was
during
at a
the chase.
house party of someone I didn't know,
Okay.
and it was going to be a great night, and it ended up being a great night, but not for the reasons that I thought. And everyone, we turned on the
Glued to the
TV,
TV.
and watched this TV, and it was amazing.
I actually won $10 on the verdict from my boss at the time.
I tried to bet a guy today at the hotel.
On the verdict?
I mean, I know. I was at an airport bar.
I think he's guilty.
I was at
I bet you he's dead.
I was at an airport bar, and they were like, this dude was sitting next to me, and he's like, I can't believe these TVs are showing this shit. They're showing Charmed, and then they're showing like this OJ footage, and I was like, yeah, we should try to make it interesting. And I was like, $10 says he gets off. He just laughed. But no, I remember where I was, man. It was a very weird night for me. I had this girlfriend in high school.
That's
This
weird.
sounds shady. This doesn't sound true.
And she had started to prove herself to be a bit of a loose cannon.
Ooh, in a good way?
In some respects,
Yeah.
but no.
Oh,
There's
like-
always two sides of that loose cannon coin.
Yeah, a crazy woman.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all high school girlfriends. Go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
no,
much.
this one was
More than
exceptionally crazy. And I was just kind of like, I don't think I could deal with this crazy. Now, at this point, there had been we had not consummated the relationship.
okay.
And I'd realized that I probably shouldn't on account of
The crazy.
she's acting awfully crazy.
Yeah, I thought the crazy comes in after that.
Yeah.
No. She was really showing signs early.
Pre-crazy.
Yeah, this tiger had mad stripes. And I remember like,
Did she go down on you in a theater?
yes. That's interesting point.
Yeah.
But I had not, okay.
You're speechless.
I'd had Bill Clinton sex. I had
Yeah.
never had actual sex, which now, thanks to Bill Clinton,
That
How
doesn't
many
count.
cigars did you buy?
I didn't have to buy any.
She gave them to me.
out. Yeah, this one was great. Taste this. It tastes like Against the Grain A beer. This will make sense in 20 years. What? I don't even get this.
Why they call her the humidor? You'll see.
I promise you, these
Yeah.
cigars are fresh as the day they were born. Yeah, she wasn't wrong. But yeah, like
What a fucking power move, by the way. I mean, you're in the Oval Office and you're already getting mouth hugs. Like, you're already cheating on your wife, like, in your place of business, which, also runs the free world. And you're like, it'd be even cooler?
yeah.
See one of those cigars that's from
One.
Cuba, probably? Like,
Yeah, let's
show
put
me
some,
a little party trick.
let's put some tobacco up in there. We're both gonna get a buzz.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I had realized that I didn't think I should go there.
I think he passed any of those off to any of his buddies
He
and
sold
didn't
them
say
on
anything.
eBay.
Fuck yeah, he passed those off to his buddies.
I think he said anything, though.
No, you know who he gave them to? Secret Service guys.
Oh, yeah.
They can't
Keep
say
their mouth
anything
shut?
anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, yo, they're pussy cigars. These are illegal twice. They're Cuban pussy cigars. Don't talk about it.
Yep.
And they're like, I'd die for you, sir.
That's right.
Let's smoke these
They
pussies.
got to be worth 20 grand each.
Yeah.
Would you have smoked it?
Come on.
If you're a Secret Service guy, you're smoking it.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're gonna jump in front of that dude with a bullet, you're
Yeah.
like, I'll fucking smoke this cigar.
Why would you not?
All right.
You let it dry out.
The question is, would you?
You got to
well,
let
you
it dry
got to.
out.
It's not gonna burn.
Yeah, otherwise, at least burn sloppy.
Yeah. All up one side,
Ugh,
uneven.
that's the worst.
No, the question is, would you not smoke it?
No, I would smoke it.
Yeah, 100. 100%.
Like
fucking
you
smoke.
can't even like fake inhale. You just gotta
Yeah.
go for it.
I mean, Bill Clinton approaches you at like midnight, and he's like, "Yeah, Hillary's
Yeah.
asleep, and I've been jamming cigars up this."
You know,
woman's
we're in
vagina."
the White House just chilling right now, and I got like people that'll make me sandwiches, or I can pretty much I can go bowling, like I can do everything. And you probably got a lot of questions, but I got something you had no clue I had access
Yeah.
to.
This tastes different.
Yeah.
You never had a Cuban like this. Yeah. That's a fucking good cigar. Gosh, they should actually sell those. You know,
Yeah, they get them. You can get them dipped in rum and everything
Yeah.
else.
get the Cohiba Lewinsky, you know, and I get that fat ring gauge. Like everyone's had to earn this.
Yeah.
I want this to be a girthy cigar. I don't need it to be long, but it
It's
better
a
be.
higher watermark than the others. It's better.
Yeah, this thing's like a Coke can. It's like, and where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, I remember the OJ chase. I had decided I don't think I could be with this woman anymore. Like I didn't. She was
Tapped out early.
she was getting very crazy,
Yeah.
and so
Can you elaborate?
Was she? I was gonna ask. Was she like writing? I had a high school
Did
girl.
she like drown your bunny?
she's like,
or
no,
was she
no,
writing checks for you to cash? Because I had a girlfriend that did that, and I
no,
was
like the phone wouldn't stop ringing,
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
all
Wait,
of
your home phone?
Yeah. My pager. This tells you exactly. My home phone won't stop ringing. My mom's getting tired of it.
Yeah.
My pager won't stop blowing up. That's so you know exactly what year it was. My pager won't stop blowing up, and she's just.
about 92 to 94.
95.
You guys are. Like, we're all in the ballpark, and she's just. Yeah, she's just kind of driving me wild. Like I'm getting mixtapes that I no longer want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Karma Chameleon.
With weird songs on them.
the first couple mixtapes are good. Yeah, but now it's like
She drives me crazy. What the fuck is that?
no, all the songs are like Fiona Apple. Like they're a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
stabby and sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I just want the sexy.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't a mixtape. This is the soundtrack for Fatal Attraction. What are you trying to tell me?
It's like weird. Yeah, it's just getting weird. So I was like, I probably shouldn't take this to the next level because that's when the weird starts.
Well, then there's like, you like at this point you're talking about you have a chance at a clean break ejection.
but that was my
Yeah,
logic.
If
I
you,
was like,
if you consummate,
I have
it's
a bigger
over.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's this crazy and we haven't even done it.
yeah,
That's why Brennan will never be homeless.
that's right.
Being very logical.
Too logical. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna break up with her. Like I'm gonna break up with her. And so I tell her, I'm like, look, I'm sorry, honey, but like this isn't working. Like I think we're gonna have to call it a break. And she literally is like, no, we haven't had sex yet.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, that's in my mind. I'm like, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
In the moment of this crazy breakup, the OJ chase thing starts happening.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like watching this and I'm like, no way, dude, this dude's running. Like he did it.
But it was like the first time anyone ever saw a slow speed chase.
Yeah. So I'm like trying to watch this and
While
she's
you're
like,
trying to break up.
and she's like, no. And she keeps grabbing at me.
And she wants to talk it out.
No,
Oh.
she wants to fuck it out.
Oh. She's like, oh, because fucking you will end it. Will like lock it in.
She thinks that this, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I don't want to do this. The OJ chase is happening. I am not kidding when I say I started to feel like she was getting way too aggressive.
Yeah.
She was grabbing me, pushing me down, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm being forced upon.
Yeah.
So while
You have a lawsuit.
while I was watching OJ happening, I have a crime trying to be committed to me. I was like, this is crazy talk right now.
She was AC Cowlings you.
Yeah. Yeah. Later, Cato.
So did you let her take advantage?
Yeah, I had to.
Okay.
No, of course not. No.
Oh.
Because I already knew she was going to be crazy, and I knew how this was going to end. With her in a fucking white Ford Bronco, slow speed chasing
Yeah.
away, going, the glove didn't fit.
Come back, Brendan.
Yeah. No, so like it was just but so in my memory, whenever I see that white Ford Bronco, I remember this woman like literally trying to force herself on me, going, no, it can't be over. We haven't done this yet. I wanted this. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't think this is gonna end well.
That takes that. I mean, for 16, 17, 18-year-old dude to turn that down is
You don't
saying
understand
something.
how crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
It takes double X chromosomes.
There was a lot of crazy. There was a lot of crazy there.
so did you see the memes today that were like, if his funeral procession isn't a white Ford hearse Bronco with everybody.
It's kind of brilliant. It's kind of brilliant. Like, I wasn't mad at that. I think Stu sent that one out to me, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I kind of get that. Yeah, this is.
You should bring that on the podcast.
I didn't. Yeah. Why save for text? I didn't know he was sick.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see? So
He hit that better than the murder.
apparently, around Super Bowl weekend, if I were sick,
If I had cancer.
Then I would do chemo.
Yeah.
around Super Bowl weekend, there were these rumors that he was in hospice. So have you seen that? He posted a video on Super Bowl weekend. It's very awkward. He's sitting in a car you can't tell what it is.
It's a Bronco.
No, it's just a car, and it's the driver's side window. He's wearing a seatbelt, and he's stopped in a parking lot, and he's doing the Allen Iverson thing, and he's like, hospice? We talking about hospice? We talking about hospice? I'm not in hospice, you guys. I'm here in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. Have a good weekend.
I thought he was in prison.
No, he got out.
Oh, he's been out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's been out for like 8 years.
Yeah, you can't keep that man in prison.
No. For the stealing.
He's just too elusive.
Yeah. That's crazy. I had no idea he was sick. 76, that's kind of young.
Well, only the good die young.
That is the song.
Yeah.
And he was banging tens until at least a year ago.
No, he was not.
Yes, he
No,
was.
he was.
Yeah.
It's
What
documented.
woman in their right mind is like, oh, I want to get involved with OJ?
Well, she
The
got
woman
dumped,
you were
she
just
got dumped by
talking about.
Brendan in the 90s.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Now, this is why you don't do that stuff. You see?
Yeah.
It's like,
You know how many women were turned on knowing that they were with him? I'm sure.
No, I mean,
Like-
it is documented.
Yeah. I remember seeing pictures like all over Twitter and the internet and whatever, like of him literally like arms around 6 smoking hot tins.
Yeah.
but they weren't. I don't know. I just feel like he wasn't.
He was.
I just
was.
really.
Yep.
Faux show.
I just have too much faith.
He was worth negative $33 million.
Yeah.
And banging tens.
That's crazy.
$33 million is the civil lawsuit that he lost.
They never had to pay on.
Except for the If I Did It book.
Yeah.
Ah, it's good stuff. And now, what do we have to remember him by? The fucking Kardashians. That's what.
That's a legacy.
That's what oozed out of that situation.
At least the father died before he had to witness all that.
Yeah, true. But he's in hell. But
So he
as
gets
of
to see it again?
as of today,
Now he's got a new roommate.
He's like, OJ, what is up? My man, a Hall of Famer. What?
Yeah. I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I knew you'd be here sooner or
Yeah.
later. Wait till my daughters get here.
Oh,
We're gonna have some fun.
Meanwhile, Rob's up in heaven with Nicole being like, here are your fucking glasses. Thanks a lot.
yeah. Yeah. Talk about taking a stray, dude. Jeez.
Yeah,
Like, that smoking hot chick left her glasses. I'll run them back to her house.
don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he's driving over there like, I'm going to get all sorts of brownie points up in this
No, you know,
motherfucker.
he's driving over. He's like, I'm going to plant the seed for the future.
Yeah.
He had no designs on that night.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, 2 more
Yeah,
forgotten glasses trips and I'm
That's
in.
right. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm getting brownie points. Like, I'm slow playing this. Down the road, it's going to work out.
Brown - Simpson points.
Well done.
And that's literally catching a stray.
That's the definition.
That had to have gone through his head, too. Like, I just was delivering your fucking glasses. Why am I getting drunk into this shit?
Right. He's like, you're an 8.5. I was banging a 9 last night. Why am I here?
Oh, so he could be famous. Now he's
Not
remembered.
the way.
No, it's not a good way to become famous.
Well, arguably, he has left a bigger mark on society than I ever will.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
that was a good move.
I mean, he's He's still alive in the sense that his name is still being
Right.
spoken.
They will
Yeah.
speak his name for hundreds of years. My name will not be spoken more than 8 months after I pass away.
Oh, don't give yourself that much
Yeah,
credit.
three tops. Tops. I've heard your jokes.
Well, they've got to find the body first.
Yeah, 3 months.
No, but really, will they? Will
Yeah,
they-
totally.
Like the O.J. Simpson trial was huge to us, but like I have a feeling that in 20 more years, people like once we die off, it's over. Like no one under
No
our
way.
age cares.
He's like, what? Archduke Ferdinand. I mean,
that started World War fucking one.
I'm telling you.
Big fucking deal, dude.
I'm telling you, OJ is up there, and all of his victims.
I don't think so.
No, we got riots
I think
out of it.
I think the
but
Kardashians will be spoken about for longer than Nicole and OJ.
But some historian, 1,000 years from now, will be like, that was started by the OJ Simpson trial.
yeah,
That's
but it'll be
true.
a blip.
but a blip's a blip.
A blip is a blip.
A blip's a blip.
No one
Same.
will be like, there was this chubby guy with pink cheeks that talked on a podcast when he was 50.
Yeah, like this is our best bet at anything that outlasts like our immediate family.
We should blast this into space.
That would be fitting. Like all of us die, and then this podcast hits.
Then it blows up. Somebody's like, check out this time capsule. This is before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And post the pandemic. You can hear how it aged everybody.
Yeah.
And then my great grandchildren get bullied because like, your dad was the fat one.
Or like these guys were funnier than all the Joe Rogans and everybody out there. No one knew about it. Like, God damn it.
And they got paid like 70 cents an hour.
Dude,
Man, he's really rounding up tonight.
dude, I'm losing 70 cents an hour. Every time we come out here, I lose about $1.
Oh, no, way more.
Actually, yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
way worse.
Way worse.
Well, I guess if you add up all the time we have to invest in this thing.
Yeah.
Editing, putting it out there, the text messages, when can we meet?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Me making y'all wait tonight because I had shit going down.
Yeah, we had to
we
sit
had
around
fun.
here and drink beers.
Yeah.
It was
We had
brutal.
fun.
Brutal.
I apologize again.
It was fun for me. It was brutal for Brennan.
Oh, I was having fun. I'm at a point now. I woke up this morning.
Well, you said you were already drinking earlier.
Yeah, because my day has been a nightmare.
Did you nap between drinking?
I got a little plane nap for a little bit. I woke up this morning, so like I've been working all week, and then like out of town, obviously in Florida, and so I got up and I have a beer. This motherfucker is he just keeps
Yep.
putting beers in front of me. I don't hate you for it. I'm just saying they're coming. But I got up this morning, and unbeknownst to me, my flight had been canceled
What
And
time
I'm
was that?
about 6 a.m.
Ooh.
So, but I had one of those nights. You ever have those nights you're on the road, you just can't sleep? Like, I was laying in bed for an hour and a half before I fell asleep. Like, what is happening? And then I woke up every hour.
That's brutal.
I can't go to sleep, but once I go to sleep, done.
Yeah.
I would miss my flight because I slept in.
No,
I just can't sleep past 6:30. Like no matter when I go to sleep, I wake up at 6 or 6:30.
yeah, I got up at 6 and was like, all right, I can't sleep anymore. Like, that 6 o'clock wake up happened. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym. Went to the gym, came back, and then looked at my phone. And it was like, your flight was canceled. And I was like, oh, but I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Is this in near Boca Raton?
Yes. So then I'm sitting there on the phone trying to like figure this out. That took over.
They automatically didn't find you another flight.
They did
Oh, okay.
tonight.
Oh,
At,
But
like-
wait. Why were you on the phone?
because I don't like dealing with if you talk to someone, you usually can get a little better. I've learned.
Gotcha.
Like, get them on the phone, get them looking.
hard to do that. A lot of places don't even let you. They just keep rerouting
I'm fortunate my company has like, we go through a service that's like run by American Express. So like you get somebody on the phone. So I'm on the phone with them at 7 a.m. at this point. And I'm like, yo, my flight's canceled. I didn't get out of my room till like 9. So it was like 2 hours. I'm on hold in the shower. Kind of shit. Like, they got to keep this moving. Because they tried to put me on a flight at like 10 o'clock that was going to fly out. I was going to get here in the middle of the night. I was like, no, this is crazy talk. So I called them up. I'm like,
10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
10 p.m.
Oh, yikes.
Like the whole day, I don't have a place to be. And
Right.
I was like, this
You don't
is.
even have where to hang out.
You're asking guys to buy you slices of pizza at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Help a brother out. Like, I am fucking dying here, man. So it's like, I got on another flight and I was like, all right, perfect. Then that flight started getting delayed. And it got delayed so long I wasn't going to make my connecting flight. So now I'm back on the
man.
phone and I'm like, biscuits and gravy. I need help. You got to help me out here. And as I'm going through all this, I get booked on another flight later. And now I'm at the airport. And I noticed that one of the flights that earlier in the day I was on was like boarding right in front of me. And I just walked over to it and I was like, you got any more room? Lady's like, yeah, I got you. Do you already have a ticket? I was like, yeah. She was like, cool. Boom, boom, boom. Clicked it. Started walking down. Then I'm walking down the thing and she's like, hey, Brendan. As I'm like walking down to be the last one on the plane. She's like, come back here. That flight you're getting on is in like many, many hours. She's like, I can get you on the 2:00. I was like, shut the front door. She came back, click, 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 got me on another flight. So like that actually worked out. Like after a whole morning of just
Why would
bullshit.
anyone get on that other flight?
I don't know. She said, look, the way the weather's moving, she's like, everything's going to be delayed. If you get any flight later than this one, let me get you on this flight. So it still took all day, but like,
Yeah.
so when I was sitting in Atlanta, yeah, I just started drinking. So I
What
had
time
to
did you get back to Richmond?
like 4:00.
Is that when you were going to get back originally from?
Yeah, strangely.
Yeah.
Like it all kind of worked out, but it was just one of those days where like I had no sleep. And then it was just stress. One thing led to another, got here.
And then you ended up at where you were supposed to be when you were supposed to be there.
When I was supposed to be there. And then my wife's like, let's go get more drinks. I was like, yeah, I guess I should. But I'm like strung out tired.
I bet. Yeah, I'm dying.
Isn't
over here.
Atlanta that airport that you had the unexpectedly high bar tab?
Boston was the worst bar tab.
Boston.
That's,
Sorry.
you don't go to Boston. No, I know my way
So
around
what's
Atlanta.
what's the difference in bar tab between Atlanta today and Boston a few months ago?
Duration.
Yeah, the Boston one was because you had your wife and y'all were there for a long time.
Yeah, we had like a 6-hour layover.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's nothing to do. We would just sit back and have some drinks and
So
food.
it's still like $12 beers in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
I just know where to go in Atlanta now. Like I spend way too much time in that airport. I was giving pro tips to other people. They're like, my flight's delayed. I was like, you don't want to be at this bar. Go down here, hook a right, go all the way down in the end. That's the spot. Yeah, it's
What's the best spot? Like, what's the best bar / eatery in Atlanta?
in the Atlanta airport,
Yeah.
tucked back by the Gordon Bierce Brewery in Terminal A. There's a little pizza shop that's all the way at the back of the food court that no one ever gets to because there's a million options before it.
So there's never a line or anything.
Never. You always get a seat at the bar, and they make some of the best damn pizzas going.
Nice.
Like it's fantastic, and like no one's ever there. I don't know how they stay in business, but they do it right.
They figured out that their rent should be 1/50th of the front place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's another. I'm trying to see if I can find this spot because I know I was looking for it earlier. There is a certain spot that oh shit.
I didn't know if there was like a Margaritaville or something you always hit or some.
No, here's a wild card. There's a place called like Cat Cora's. It's tucked down in one of the areas, and they actually own some really high end steakhouses like in Atlanta. And so when they get like too much really good prime meat, they'll just send it to their airport location. And so if you roll up there and be like, "Hey, you got any specials going on?" Because they never tell you specials, they're just trying to churn and burn. They'll be like, "Actually, we got a prime rib." They'll like blow your mind. Like that place will actually feed you very well.
Nice.
So that's where I was hanging today.
Nice.
Had a little bit of time. It's not bad, but yeah, I got little nooks and crannies.
So if they go there, if the listeners go there and tell them Brendan sent them, like that'll.
that
give 'em the
definitely
hookup?
will carry some weight.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely will not. Those people are rude as fuck. They don't give a shit about anything, but they actually have really good cuts of meat, like coming in and out of there. So get anything with beef in it, it'll actually be good. Yeah, I spend way too much time there.
Well, it's good to know these things.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. The
We're
Gordon.
we're solving first world problems.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Look at that time.
It is that time because I'm dying over here.
We have so many more topics to reach.
We didn't touch any of the topics.
We'll get there.
Oh,
I think we're doing it again next week.
Let's see if the listeners can come up with some topics.
there's one that I really wanted to touch on, right?
Nope, too late.
Oh, there'll be time.
Do it next week.
There'll be time. That is an interesting topic.
Everyone should Google the simian crease.
We'll talk about it.
I have no idea what that is. That's a
Right.
tease, though.
Yeah, it's a nice tease. It's a nice tease. And some of us are more familiar with it than others.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's... We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I'll be educated.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be something. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I certainly do appreciate the support. I think we all do. We couldn't
yeah.
do it without you.
Nope.
If you do have topics, speaking of not doing it without you,
Send them in.
send them in to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear what you're talking about, what's going on in your life. Give us something to talk about, a little banter, if you will.
We'll give you a little shout out
And if you got way too much discretionary money, why don't you send it on over to our Venmo account?
at Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
We actually have a beer next week that's going to be purchased by a listener because he had sent money in.
I love
Hey,
it.
Aaron.
Yeah, and I'm actually not two A's.
Oh,
Yeah.
1A?
Aaron.
Yeah,
How do you spell that?
Aron.
How do you pronounce that?
Aaron.
Aaron.
It doesn't make any sense.
Long story, but
Does Aaron make any sense as Aaron?
That's all I know.
Elvis Presley's last name had one A, or middle name had one
yeah.
A.
But his
a-
tombstone
that's
had two
Jewish, I
A's.
think.
Yeah, his tombstone does have two A's. You're absolutely very interesting, but that is not correct. And this guy was named after Elvis.
Doesn't sound like Elvis at all.
And he loved the Flaccid Stewart's joke.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a number one in my book.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you've got a P1 of our P1s,
100%.
and it's Aaron.
Yep.
Respect it. I like it.
Love it.
Yeah. If you need sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Abacus in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off of those sunglasses. That's a pretty good deal. And if you need a mortgage, assuming you live in Virginia or Georgia, head over to screendoormortgage.com. And our boy Jimmy will take care of you.
Do people live elsewhere?
I think they do.
Miami.
Jerry's still out.
I believe there's 48 other states.
Lots,
And then a whole world.
lots of homeless.
Well, they don't need mortgages.
Maybe that's their problem.
They should get those reverse mortgages.
Hook them up with Jimmy, and then they'll be set.
That's right. Go over to Screen Door Mortgage, buy a house, then wait a few years, then get a reverse mortgage, and now you literally have drug money.
I mean, the perfect plan.
I like it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Can you spare a slice of pizza?
For you? Yeah. Yeah.